What is risk in trading and how to understand it? Hello everyone, dear friends. Today we will discuss rather interesting and at the same time important topic. What is risk in trading? Why is it useless to be afraid of it? And how to learn how to manage it so that it works for you and not against you. When beginners come to trading, their eyes light up. It seems that everything is simple and clear. Bought, sold, and they live like a fairy tale. They think, risk is for weaklings. I'm smart. I can do anything. And as a result, the money is merged in a few days. But the reality is quite different. There is no wealth button. There is only a code calculation, patience, work with risks. Many simply ignore the possibility of risks. You know what that reminds me of? As if a person got behind the wheel of a car and didn't fasten their seatbelt because an accident may not happen. Of course, it may not happen, but is it worth risking your life? Also in trading, ignore the risks cautiously, go to disaster. You know, I often find that beginners underestimate the risks. That's why I create a separate Telegram channel where we discuss such situations together and learn to look at the market soberly. There are no magic buttons, but there are simple analysis examples from patience and communication with people who do the same way. In this community, we often share notes on how to behave when the market goes against you and how not to panic. Many participants say that it is the opportunity to discuss their emotions and mistakes with others that help them keep them themselves and control, not what cut loose. For beginners, I post useful materials, how to record transactions in a daily, and how to gradually train yourself to discipline. All this is a public domain. You just need to look at this link in the description. And that's why I'm talking about it here. The topic of risk is one of the most frequent questions raised in the channel. Because of risk, this does not disappear. It cannot be removed, but it can be understood and learned and accepted. And this is what gives you peace of mind in trading. And now, I suggest that we continue analyzing risks in trading and see what type of risks are most common. First, let's look at what risk is in general. Is it a possible danger of something? Risk in trading is the probability that your trade will not go as planned, as you lose some money. Nothing complicated. Everything is quite transparent. Let's imagine a situation. You bought a product on the market thinking that tomorrow you will sell it more expensive, but the next day the prices fall. That's the risk. You took the step, but the result was not what you expected. It's more important to understand that taking a risk does not mean that you will necessarily lose. Risk is simply a possibility of undesired outcome of events. And so, the better you understand where the risk is, the calmer you feel. You ask me, is it possible to get rid of risk completely? Unfortunately, my friends, no. Because risk in trading is like a shadow. Wherever you go, he will be there. But this is not a reason to be afraid. This is a reason to learn and live with it. We have already figured out what risks in general. And now it is logical to ask the questions, what exactly are the risks encountered in trading? To make it easier to understand, let's divide the risks into several types. The first one, financial or market risks. Loss of parts of money in the case of unsuccessful transactions or due to an unfavorable change in asset prices. The second, psychological risks. Internal factors related to the trader's emotions, state that can discomfort his perception on the market and prevent him from making rational decisions. Simply put, when exclude to emotions, greed, fear, or excitement. The third one is systematic risk. Situations where the market behaves in a way that no one expected. In trading, risks can be associated with various factors, but there is no universal way to protect yourself from losses. But there is a set of logical rules that help limit losses. The first one, always evaluate your situation. Never enter a trade at random. First, ask yourself, what am I doing? What happens if the price goes against me? Second, also don't bet everything in one trade. No need to invest everything at once. Take the steps gradually. The best option is if the transaction size does not exceed 10% of your balance. This approach will allow you to save your capital and feel more confident. And lastly, share your resources. Now that you've covered a few basic rules of risk management, let's move on to the next equally important topic: risk psychology. Working with risks in trading is not just about numbers, calculations, it's also about managing yourself. Let's get this straight. At first, emotional control. Imagine you open a trade and the market went against you. Many people immediately panic, want to quickly close the position, correct the mistakes and recoup. But this is where the level of the trader misfits itself. True strength is not emotions, but the ability to maintain calm and rational. Losses are part of the process, and you need to be prepared for them in advance. If you perceive them as an unavoidable part of the game, they will stop destroying you. Psychological state. Second, we need to accept the uncertainty. Many beginners want to believe that there is a magic button or an ideal strategy that will always bring a plus, but the market does not work according to our rules. This is always a probability of risk. Even the most schemes sometimes give a negative result, and this is normal. Third, discipline. And here lies the main paradox. Often a trader knows how to do the right thing, but at the right moment, he wants to do something else. For example, get out of the deal early, or conversely, sit it out. In such moments, trading turns out into a test of strength. So, let's summarize. Risk is an enemy, but a consistent companion of the trader. He will always be there, but it is important to understand the simple thing. It is impossible to run away from him, but you can learn to live with it. Keep it under control and use it to your advantage. In trading, it is impossible to ignore the risks, because every step with preparation is like moving with your eyes closed. Even a small mistake can lead to unpleasant consequences. Therefore, it is important to calculate in advance what level of losses is acceptable for you. This approach helps you to stay calm, relieves unnecessary stress. It is equally important to be able to control your emotions because they often push for chaotic actions. When you keep a cool head, even series of failures can lead you astray. Remember, trading is a random race where everything is decided by chance. This is a cautious process in which you manage your actions and set the rules. Discipline and understanding of risks allow you to keep the situation under control, and the trading process itself becomes more meaningful. The sooner you learn this truth, the faster trading will stop being a source of unnecessary worries and turn into a space of development and constant learning. Thank you for watching this video to the end. I hope it will help you to look at trading in a different eye. If you want to receive more training, materials, practical notes, and analysis, join my Telegram channel. There, we will discuss important topics, more details, share practical examples, and help each other develop. Don't stay in trading alone. It's always easier to move forward together.